Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now, I've got game 3 of a best of 3 here. It is between Monchi, the green Protoss player in the top left, and Satiini, the pink Terran in the lower right. The map is Ahana and, well, game 1 and 2, they have been pretty spiffing. Game 1, I called it a bit too soon that Satiini was gonna just crush Monchi, and then Monchi somehow came back in what I can only describe as a miracle of overpowered upgrades and great positioning. Basically, it was a fantastic defense, and how he did it is beyond me. And then, of course, we had Game 2, where Satiini just played solidly the entire way and won quite convincingly. So, the thing I'm thinking is that Satiini in both games has been the aggressor, has done very well in his aggression as well. So, I'm thinking it's Monchi who's got to really play hard in this game. Monchi gone for very different playstyles both games. Looks like he's going out to scout, so no sort of early commitments. Satiini played differently. He's gone for the same opening both games so far, which is a 1-Rax command center, but his follow-up to that has been very different. In Game 1, it was all about getting out siege tanks and Banshee. In Game 2, it was all about getting Marines, Marauders. Lots and lots of Marines specifically, and then just a couple more orders up. And well, it worked really quite nicely actually, so I can't wait to see how it all goes down. Hoping that we're going to have a really nice game on our hands here. Now, looking here, we do of course have the probe coming up just to scout out, find out what's going on, check any gas timings. That's the important thing to look for. If there's going to be a one-base play, of course, some gas may be coming down now. The fact that there isn't any gas down yet would make me think, okay, maybe it's going to be a 1-Rax command center like we've seen in Game 1 and 2, which has worked quite well for Satiini actually. Now, looking here, we do see the assimilator on its way down, the gateway coming down as well. Looking as well, Connor Boots coming down on the Nexus. So in terms of openings, everything fairly standard. This is a very normal, safe opening for Protoss. Nothing too risky like no gas and Nexus first, or 2 gas for a super tech up build on a 1-base play. Obviously, there's still the threat of a 4-gate with 1 gas. It's something that's possible. I predict, though, we're going to see more as we did in Game 2, and that basically Monchi will go for a Nexus after the cybernetic core has finished, and then tech up with 2 more gateways following, with a robotic facility following that as well. Ready for the possible immortal should MMM be on the cards, and well, it is just very good play, to be honest, and neither player going to want to take much of a risk, because of course this is game 3 of a best of 3, and whoever wins this wins the series, and they've both played very well throughout. Now, looking here, we do have a 1-gate expansion, so this is all very samely as game 2 for Monchi, which is very good. It's what you want to be doing. Meanwhile, for Satiini, very similar opening to game 1 and 2 again, just getting up the 1-Rax command center into double gas. So everything is really how we would want it, and we shouldn't really see anything going on for the next couple of minutes. So let me just say, guys, if you're enjoying these casts, please subscribe if you don't already. I get new games up every single day of the week, which means lots of StarCraft 2 content for you. I've also, I'm looking for users to submit their games, which, if they're a good game, please submit them up to me, because I don't mind what league they're at. If they're at lower leagues, I'll do more analysis of them, and it's just fun. It's good user interaction. Leave me cool comments as well, what you think of the games and everything, and that would just be absolutely great. And like the video as well. That'd be awesome if you could, and follow me on Twitter. That'd be massive win in terms of my liking of you. Like, that's not even a word, so I'm going to scrap that sentence and just stick with follow me on Twitter. That'd be great. Looking here, we've got the factory coming down, so this is much more similar to game 1 as we saw out of Satiini. So it'll be interesting to see what he's planning on doing, how it will work, and really if it's going to be effective, because game 1, I'd say it was pretty effective against Monchi. It was just a bit of bad luck and a bit of timing problems that caused the problem. There goes down the tech lab, so this is an incredibly similar build. The double bunker at the front, this is very secure, and really Monchi's not going to be able to push through, even if he was going to try and do that, but he's chopping down 2 additional gateways now, so going up to the 3 gates following that up. He's getting a pylon down a bit further forward, might try for some aggression, but the 2 stalkers are going to be pushed back because the bunkers are there. They're not going to be able to engage that. Will we see a starport following this up, and the Banshees out again? Of course, in game 1, those Banshees were just ever so effective. They worked incredibly well against Monchi. So many workers picked off. There goes down the starport then. Now, will we see the tech lab? Any second we will see it. Here comes down a siege tank. We've got a marine coming out at the moment, so will we see siege mode? That's the other thing we're obviously looking for at the moment. No third or fourth gas. Third and fourth gas just coming down from Monchi as I say that. He's also getting his robotic facility down, so that's all fairly normal. We'll probably see an observer out of that first. We've got the siege mode coming down as well. Now this is just great play, to be honest. The play here out of Satiini, really nice. A missile turret coming down as well. That's a game because DTs were on the cards in game 2, and that was really the only threat to Satiini in the entire game were those DTs, and the fact that they just came and attacked out of nowhere and he had nothing to really deal with them. But obviously the base race situation does favour the Terran always due to their ability to lift buildings. So looking around, we've got of course the tech lab coming down now, just a couple more marines out, we've got a missile turret at the natural as well, so everything really going how you'd like it. The observer coming down, of course that's the other benefit of getting those missile turrets, is that it forces the observer back, which is a good move because your opponent then doesn't have scouting information and can't prepare appropriately. Looking here, we do of course have Cloak on the way, to Twilight Council on its way down as well, so it'll be interesting to see where the charge comes down. Whether we do see DTs come out yet again, it's possible. I doubt it though. Once the observer sees the missile turrets there'd just be no reason to. The +1 Protoss ground armor coming down. The reason you get the armor before the attack against Terran is because the general reliance on a lot of marines, and marines have very high attack speed with low damage per hit, so armor is very strong against it. Meanwhile, Satiini will probably get the missile attack first. Now the observer gets taken down, and what scouting information was grabbed? None. Absolutely none. Only knows there's a barracks there. That is such a massive win for Satiini. He's got the element of surprise now. Of course, those cloak banshees could be very potent. We do have another observer coming in, but which way would it come in from? If it comes this way, it's going to get picked off. Really, the only way the observer can come in is right hugging the edge of the map, which is very unlikely in terms of the way it will go through. So, looking here, we've got the Templar Archives on the way down, so no sign of the robotics bay, and as a result, the Colossus tech, which we saw in game 1 and 2 from Monchi. So I like that little switch up of strategy. It may be something that Satiini's not ready to deal with, but unfortunately the High Templar not going to be that effective against tanks, obviously. And obviously if it is a more tank heavy style, that's going to get crushed really quite quickly, and the lack of infantry will also be a problem. So obviously we've got Psionic Storm on the way down, Charge on the way down. Meanwhile the Banshees are still coming out. Is there one out already? Yes there is. Where are you, Banshee? You are coming up the side of the map. So here we go, we've got the third base check, and then it's going to come straight in here. There's literally only the one sentry. So that is going to get picked off very quickly. A couple of High Templar coming in. Of course, feedback will prevent the Cloak, which is really the only win. But of course, since it's Cloak already in there, there's going to be no way to deal with that. And Monchi just GG's out. He's got no way to deal with it. He knows he's lost the game. He's gone completely the wrong tech strategy. And, well, he knows when he's lost. So Satiini, just in a bit of a quick ending to game 3, has won 2-1. So very nice play there. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy, subscribe, like, comment, yada you know the drill, and I'll see you tomorrow for yet another new cast. Thank you very much for watching everyone. Bye for now.